Hello everyone and welcome to the And More Bus Videos YouTube channel. It's me, And More Central, otherwise known as And More Bus Videos, depending on what time of week it is and what channel you're watching. And welcome to Smarden Primary School on Smarden, the OMSI 2 map. Smarden map, we've done a few videos on this recently, and I thought it was about time that, as well as doing all the videos on the standard routes and things, just like I did in the last video on the map where we went on the 300 service, that's like a peak time worker service to the train station, I thought we'd look at these school services, of which there are two. We have covered these previously on More Central, but it was a few years ago since I drove them, and we've got new vehicles, as you can see, like the one in front of us, and sort of different experiences, and because it's been a couple of years, it's quite nice to drive the map again as a little bit of a refresher, because to me it feels like pretty much new with how long ago, with how much has come out in between and how long ago since I last drove it. So for this run, that bus is going to disappear off. We're at the primary school to drive the 96 service. The 96 service runs between here, that is Smarden and primary school, and runs up to Coppard's Lane. It takes about 15 minutes in total, and we're going to be driving, even though that C400 has come back, we're going to be driving the B10BLE Renown in the PN02 variant that I will introduce properly very shortly. One, two, three, four, five, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see if it works. Thinking about it. There we go. Nope. Okay. No, sorry, I'm not in service 96. Okay, let's get the blinds. I presume there we go. It's Lower Moncton we're travelling to. There we go, so the blind has loaded up. Yeah, it is Lower Moncton. We'll get the bus logged on, and everyone can, in my opinion, get a free trip. Because in fairness, you probably won't collect fares on a primary school run anyway, even though they look like very big primary school kids. But we'll ignore that for the purposes of retaining some level of realism here. So we're driving it in the Lancashire United livery. Lancashire United livery has since been wiped off the face of the earth in Lancashire, replaced by the Blackburn Bus Company two-tone blue that we drove, that basically the first time that we drove in this variant, it was in the two-tone blue. But I like how the Lancashire United livery looks that much. I thought we'd drive it in this, and I'm also aware that I believe one of the last, if not the last, of the Renowns in the Lancashire United livery was transferred, and this is probably going just under a year ago, was transferred to Burnley Depot and was used in this livery on school services. So that's loosely what I'm basing this off. So, in fairness, I could probably do with reopening the doors just in case. No last minute runners, okay. Won't think so on a school run, but you never quite know. Notice we've also got drive green on this too. So this is my first time driving the Renown on this map, so hopefully we can get around, and we'll have to see what happens. Now, the registration that we're basing this vehicle off is 1097. However, as you will notice on the repaint, the fleet number is 1103. I did put it as 1097 in the reg because I forgot that the repaint has 1103 as a number. It's very nice to be back at the helm of the Renown, although it's lovely to look at other buses. The Renown is possibly one of my top 5 buses. Now in OMSI 2. Created by the very talented studio Polygon, there are multiple different variations on the Renown, and as given credit with sort of the streetlights updates we've had, and the MMC updates that have taken place, because remember it also made the 400 MMC, the planned updates to include the West Yorkshire WD2X variation and a few other variants to finish off the list can be pretty much guaranteed, because when Studio Polygon said they were going to update the street light, they updated it. When they said they were going to update the 400 MMC, they updated it. So I imagine that those other variations on the Renown are currently a work in progress, so we can look forward to them very, very soon. So it would be quite nice as well, as obviously with the WWX variants to reflect the first West Yorkshire Renowns that I remember, more recently. It would also be quite nice to sort of get one of the older Transdiv variants that I'm quite certain we are getting. I'm quite certain it was listed, because these PNO2s, yes, they are Transdiv buses, but Transdiv also had their YHRNs that were the more commonly known batch of Renowns on fleet, because the PNO2s were predominantly always based over in Lancashire, never really saw many of them or that much of an influence on the Yorkshire side, not for very long anyway, if one or two ended up over there. But it was the YHRNs, the 51 plates, that really played a prominent role across the entire north of England, and in more recent times with other operators. The YHRNs have ended up with other companies up and down the country as well. So it's from memory now. I don't think there's a single. Oh no, there is. There is a few YHRNs out in service. And before I forget about them, a small number of them still in Burnley, alongside some PO51s that are lurking. But there is a small number of YHRNs in Burnley. I think I will have to make a trip over there at some point very soon. I'd be daft not to, in fairness, before the Renowns go out, because it's pretty much the last place now you can get Renowns. Is over with Transdev Lancashire. Pretty much everybody else has got shot of them. What I do also love with this is the interior. The interior is so pleasant, and when they updated them, even in more recent times, the interior still looks lovely, because it's one of those. As long as you obviously give the seats a bit of a clean from time to time, it doesn't wear as easy as other seat maquettes. And one that really wears are the current sort of first ones, where it's the fabric rather than the leather. The fabric seating that first used up to the leather sort of main conversion, like what the B9s were basically new with, and the older B7s, those two fabrics, they do not fade well. They really do not wear and fade well. Meanwhile, this interior, it really does. It really does. And when they updated it from the previous interior that was new, that was the interior that a lot of them were new to with Blazefield, although I do like the interior, it must be said that this one, from a customer perspective, makes a vast improvement of the original maquette. I imagine once we get a YHRM variant of the Renown, I imagine there were loads of Transdev repaints created. I'm hoping there is, because I'm looking forward to driving them in videos and things. But for now, it's nice to have a more modern comparison. Yep, this Renown can eat these hills for breakfast. That is good. I also do think that the Lancashire United livery, and let me know in the comments your opinions on it, but the Lancashire United livery is a lot nicer than the two-tone blue Blackburn. I think two-tone Blackburn's nice in some vehicles, but I wouldn't go as far to say that it's that good on this, if I'm honest. Because as you can see, in lovely sunlight, this livery just looks absolutely amazing. It really does. Gosh, that car was not willing to slow down for us. Still made it past her, just narrowly missed it. It's another BMW on this game. It must be this map where the BMWs are the ones just causing the havoc at the moment. Because every time on the junctions I have an issue, it just seems to be a BMW. Gosh, that is tight. That is very tight. Yeah, we're just going to ignore the fact that the front end's submerged for a brief bit. There we go. We made it round all right. Front end has returned to being intact. But yeah, it's the overhang. So we'll pleasantly ignore that because that was rather tight. Although one thing I must say as well, this map usually does test is how well off the mark the buses can go from these hill starts. And I do remember that there were some buses back in the day when this map first came out that I just did not want to drive on this route because I knew that they just wouldn't be able to maintain the hill start necessary. I think at the time the map came out, it was pretty much just a straight line that I was willing to take on this route. I'm very, very glad that there are no cars coming the other way, as this entire road is mine. I've not got a choice with that. Does feel like the kind of schoolroom that First Bus in Halifax would have. That's the kind of vibe it gives off. Or some rural Lancashire schoolroom. That's the vibe that I'm receiving from this. I'm very glad that we're not going down where that 347 goes, because I remember that road. It's not the nicest. Oh gosh, no, don't. Okay, well, that's not entirely come to plan. I just have to... I'll have to try the hill again, and I think if we reverse it down here, that'll give us enough of a boost that we need, because this is flat enough. It does also mean that I will absolutely have to floor it up there. This is going to be fun. We've run into a slight problem. Okay, well we'll try it once more, and then if not, we'll have to do the thing I don't like doing. I should probably actually put the reversing blinkers on, unlike last time where I just... I'm actually reversing around here quite quickly. It does not like hills. I was under the impression that it would actually be doing okay on hills. Don't drop yet, don't drop yet, don't drop yet, don't drop yet, don't drop yet. It's not gonna do it. This is not gonna do it. Okay, just for the factor that I do actually want to finish this route, uh, instead of give up on it, let's keep going. It does not like any of this hill. A little progress is better than nothing, but... Oh my goodness, what's it doing? Sorry, car, you are about to just get driven through. What is it doing? It's alive! Probably not for long, but what on earth? Oh, wow, okay. It just didn't like that one hill. The rest of these, it's fine with for some bizarre reason, even though I'd argue that they're slightly steep. Just didn't like that hill. I do not know what that fluke was, but here we are, after having to adjust the bus ever so slightly because of a single hill that it didn't like. It's now bad. I was expecting, in fairness, it wasn't going to get up that hill. We were going to that was going to be we attempted the 96 rather than completed it, but it's looking likely that we might actually be able to complete it now. It's built up enough speed even to get up that hill. Goodness me! It was just a single part of the hill it didn't like. Very strange. That person at the front being stood up for about 10 minutes now, all they have. I don't know what it didn't like about the other hill. I think it was because it couldn't get enough speed up, or it was something or another, but for some reason the other hills it managed to start off at crawling speed and then build up, but that one it just didn't. It was just having absolutely none of it, so... I don't know what the crack was, but for future, if I ever drive this on this route again, it is unlikely, but you never know. I will drive it in the other direction, I think. Although in fairness, this hill doesn't seem too kind either. It's just up to that village, isn't it? And that one village that we have problems. this is that road. I remembered where we are. It's not necessarily a good thing. It is, yes, it's that one, and there's not really a good screenshot of that. But... Is this not Cuppard's Lane? Is this not where we finish? Oh, yes, it is. It's just... Oh, yeah, because I got rid of the duty, didn't I? Yeah, there we go. That's why it hasn't come up. So there we go. So yes, that was the 96 service with a little bit of assistance getting up one of the hills. I genuinely don't know what was up with it going up that one specific hill. It seemed to manage the other one that I was very, very surprised with very well because I was expecting us to end there attempting a hill climb, but we actually made it. Weirdly, it was like just really, really slow, and then it just built up, and it did it somehow that took me by surprise. Especially saying it broke down on the first hill that I was not expecting. But yeah, we've learnt that the Studio Polygon Renown doesn't like that one hill in Smarden, but can tolerate the rest of them. But it can do the 96, just about, minus a wall. So yeah, nice boss, nice route, nice map. Not much else to say, apart from if you have enjoyed this video, do be sure to click that like button so that more people can find it and enjoy like you have. And if you haven't already, do be sure to subscribe to the And More Bus Videos YouTube channel for more content like this from the simulation section, OMSI to and other simulation games, as well as an archive of over 4,500 backseat and engine-focused public transport videos from the UK and beyond in the past and present, including quite a lot of vehicles, including quite a number of Renowns, like the ones I mentioned, such as the YHRNs, the WDWXs that have since been withdrawn in more recent times and scrapped. So go and check out that channel and check out the playlist. It's quite easy to go through. And be sure to check out my other channel and More Central for more content in the real life bus industry, as I will probably be heading over to see these Renowns very, very soon. Once again, though, I would like to thank you all for watching. I really hope you've enjoyed this one, and I will see you all in the next video, mate. Goodbye for now. Bye.